I like this line.
Tryna act cool with the young boys. Mad at a nigga
There you
'cause
go.
I want
Yep.
more. Pull up in your girl, be
Good.
an uproar.
One more.
Self-made, so I
you
ball
wanna
on
be
enough
good and
scores.
wanna
High
work
school, wake up with a
and
hoop
wanna be
game.
passionate about
MVP and a
something,
chip,
it's
that was
the
2
place to be.
chains.
Good.
Writing
Yep.
up a little rap for a boot
Good.
day. Niggas still wear J's and a shoe chains.
Shot.
Young niggas tryna walk
Job,
for the
Donnie.
call. Now you gotta dig your little flex at the mall. Mad little mama wouldn't mess with the call. Flip script on it, now she stressing the balls. Stay down, trust in the process.
All right, Reece, how long have you been at Rel Academy?
I've been at Rel for about 3 years now, coming up in June.
Roger. So what makes Rel different than all the other programs in the area?
I think here at Rel, we just focus on the development for kids, just as young men and women. Trying to take discipline from here, trying to take a strong mentality. We just want to prepare them for the real world while they're here, rather than just basketball.
All right, so what is the main problem you see with the players at the academy?
The lack of passion. I feel like kids here just want to enjoy the fun side of it, the offensive side, the glitz and glamour, the social media side, but they don't want to do the nitty and gritty work that's going to get them the ultimate goal, which is winning the game. I feel like winning the game is really not as important as how many points you score or how you perform that game. I think just the lack of competitiveness sometimes overwhelms the gym, but it's something we're trying to fix here at the academy.
Does not match anybody on Bethany on the rush, or your intensity, or your defensive aggression, or anything. Dunk on somebody's neck.
I just,
His brother can shoot it, right?
yeah. Diego State or some shit. Somebody that didn't see him play, they just saw film.
You got bounced too, right?
Major bounce. To me, so I don't know what that's about. He will never see it. But anyway, it started PG. And like actually he said that last time I was in practice.
Defend myself because you know what I mean. Like I don't think they would ever.
Nah,
you gotta coach them differently, man.
yeah.
You gotta know who to be tough on, who to talk to. The
Yeah,
right way.
right. You know what I mean?
Just the fans alone, just to see you,
Yeah.
and you getting your ass whooped, and there's nothing you can tell your kids. Like you could, I would run out of stuff by third quarter if they ain't winning.
That's what he was saying. He was saying to me yesterday. He was like, 6 years old. You talking about the chubby dark? Yeah. Might be doing prep work or something right now. I think last time we walked around, they took us around here.
Like,
Yeah, I don't got that big dog status yet. Coming on now. Alright. He wants us to meet him up the street.
They ever play in the main gym, like practice?
He says sometimes because he told me, he said today we're in the practice gym. So during the season, they probably like to do it in there to get the feel.
but I didn't know you were going to be
All right, thanks, man.
I'd love to get those guys on campus again.
All right, I'll do that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You need to see him turn around to 2, 3 people he doesn't even know and tell him he's not a bitch. You know what I mean? Like,
He looks dead at us.
yeah.
I'm telling y'all right now.
I ain't a bitch. You need to see that struggle right there. And then reassess how you feel about this game or what you're doing.
They would have noticed. Damn, nobody shot the ball almost the whole practice.
Yeah. There was no hang dribble, drop cross. There was none of that.
No steppies.
Nope. Again, the starting 5 played an hour of defense. No water break.
No water break. No jelly.
No water
either.
break. So they do need to see it. Yeah, kids need to see it. Young kids need to see it. High school recruits need to see it. Parents need to see it.
Parents need to see it.
Parents need to see it.
Yeah. Talking about my kid is play better when he's in a certain environment or a certain team or he got a certain role. Like, but what are you talking about?
Yeah.
We're gonna give whatever role Bob gives you.
Whichever role he assigns you, that's what he's getting.
He ain't best, he ain't around.
Yeah. And you know when he goes home, all he thinks about is basketball. How could you if everybody's
Don't know
transferred?
each other.
You gotta think, yeah, there's cliques in teams. Like when you're on a college team, like there are little cliques. Rel Academy?
Is Rel there?
Yes, sir. You're speaking to him. I'm on the way back from WVU right now, so it won't take long anyway. I just will give you kind of a quick brush of what I guess I'll be looking for. We have a gym in Bridgeville, so essentially this would be like a second location. Thank you for calling. I appreciate it. I'll just wait to hear back from you. I'll respond to your email.
Okay, great.
All right, thanks, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
I remember what the hell we were talking about before you called.
You can just jump teams.
It's disgusting. Like you can do whatever you. There's no rules anymore because they get around the rules. Like there are rules, but you just get around them now.
I'll be honest. I would not want to keep playing for different coaches and having different teammates every day. I don't
You know
I wouldn't
why?
want that.
For reasons like number 3, I think he must not have a click in there. Because if he did, somebody would have said something.
Came
If that
to
was
him,
his boy,
something, bro.
somebody would have came to his defense.
It wouldn't have been us.
Right. He wouldn't have said it to us. You're supposed to have somebody you go back to the room. You know what I mean?
Yeah, something.
You have like a clique of buddies. It looked like he had nobody.
Nobody, bro.
You know?
Nobody.
That is what they miss now. And then you go to the league. Say if one of those kids go to the league and all they ever saw was transfer. There's never any real bond.
Yeah.
Now you get to the league and you look at those guys the same way. Fuck these dudes. I'll leave.
I'll do my thing. That's all about me, baby.
Mm-hmm. There's no,
I just don't like that idea of basketball. That's not fun to me.
Nah, right. But at the end of the day, bro, like it's the reality. That's where it's going. It's not going backwards. They're not gonna, like I said this in a video the other day. They travel more than they did when we played, but we travel more than the people before us played. Just like we carried the ball, what they said, you know what I mean? They carry it more even now. It's just gonna keep going.
But
It's not going backwards.
If you're going through this whole quota thing and all that, you're taking away the joy of the game. Like, the joy is to win it with your brothers.
What
Like, it's
the reality is, it is. But to them, they never knew that joy in the first. That's what they grew up in.
But
You know what I mean?
If you're not going to the L's, your journey's weak to me. Because it's
Sure,
like if your whole thing is to the league, I don't want to be number 12 my whole way through basketball.
Right.
Where I'm jumping squad to squad.
Yeah.
I don't know this dude. I don't know this dude. And at the very end, you don't even go anywhere.
Right. I think
I'd rather
that's
have my journey to be great and
sure,
not go
yeah.
somewhere at the end.
right. They don't view it the way that we do it. Just like the kids that we don't view it the way Bob views it. You know what I mean? It's just gonna keep going.
Yeah.
They're gonna be traveling even more, right? It's just gonna keep going. Like everything's gonna keep. You can't stop it.
There's always a point in time in history though where that point in time was the best time. Or
Yeah,
you
for
know what
sure.
I'm saying?
Yeah, yep.
I feel like our era was the best era. That's what I think.
Everyone thinks that.
I know.
Yeah. But you have to think, there may be a point in time, if it keeps going like this, there may be a point in time where there are really no teams. Like, you're really not on a team. You know what I mean? It's just all individual. Like,
That's wild.
you know what I mean? Like, think about it. You could just go, you play here, you play there. Like, people just meet up.
Like, think about it. Kyrie's only like 14. It's like, bro, you're Kyrie.
Yeah.
Why are you on
Why are you-
my team? Bro? Like,
But did you listen to all that shit? That shit was money too. It was, I want my max deal. You don't want to give it to me? Cool. I'm out. Somebody else will give it to me.
but when Les tell me the shit he telling me, it makes sense because like
It does.
he don't really care. Like you don't,
No,
you know.
right.
Maybe they know something we don't. Like, bro, this shit's really like motherfucker. Like,
Yeah, maybe.
Go.
You hear me?
Sorry. Yeah.
What you got?
Nothing. You got new kids here
Okay.
for a trial run?
All right. Here, look. So just do this. Just put everybody through clinic.
Okay.
Yeah. Just do that.
All right.
All right. We'll be back in about 20 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
All right, bro.
if she does though,
Yeah.
she has moves. Like she could get past people.
Yeah. Well, I just seen she posted a thing. Did you see what she was posting on IG?
I don't follow.
It was like some hot clips of her game. She ran back on defense while she was guarding the ball, slid in front of him and took a charge.
Seriously?
Yeah, like you don't see that. You don't see that. Lonnie is a hooper. So we're on the way now back to the academy to go train. So it's 5 o'clock. So we'll probably get the second half of JV varsity team practice and then maybe have a little bit of skill clinic in there. But so, coming from that
Take exit 48 toward Hendersonville.
WVU practice, my biggest takeaway from it today, so I've been there twice, and those two times were preseason for one, and obviously they weren't prepping for a game. It was kind of just general practice. So this one today, they have Iowa State tomorrow, so they're prepping for a game. So this was a different tone. So my biggest takeaway from it in general was how less patience Bob had for one about their defensive concepts, and then the intensity. Like the first practice we went to, the intensity was high, but it wasn't like today.
No.
You know what I mean? I think because some of those kids on the white team probably are legitimately fighting for minutes. Like they're hoping they get minutes every game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And obviously the varsity team, the first team knows that. So I think that's what creates a little bit more of that tension. But then you have those couple other kids who know they're not getting in anyway, so to them they're just at practice. But that was the two biggest takeaways. And so like when we talk about kids trying to get, so like when we go right now and run this practice, right, you're gonna immediately have
Use the right lane to take exit 48 toward Hendersonville.
you're gonna have like a certain tone or focus that you're gonna have because you just came from that, and that you hope you get those kids to have. And I'm sure we'll show a little bit of this film practice, but the two differences are going to be so far off that I think for anyone trying to be a coach, run an academy, train, any of that, that's always the nonstop battle is how can you make that gap just a little bit smaller. It's always going to be huge. You can't get around it. You're dealing with children. But how to just narrow that gap a little bit to try to get them to understand what's coming, because they think that's, you have to, when you think about it, it's funny, they think that's where they're going. Like no matter what, they really think that's where they're going, like no matter what you say to them. So all right, well then a certain tone gotta go if that's where you think you're gonna go, but then it's gonna be so far off that it makes it can be frustrating. But I do think at the same time though, like at the end of the day, that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to try to do it, so.
I just wish they would take in what we say for them to actually reach their goal.
Right.
Because we're adults, we see it, we've been through it, we
Yeah,
see it.
yeah.
What's going on?
At the next light,
Yep.
turn
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You haven't had that type of frontier success yet, so you're ready to take it. Like you're still trying to get there. That's what you're saying. That's the gift and the curse with when you're good, when you're young.
Turn left onto Morganza Road.
You believe what you're doing is working. You get
Yeah.
buckets, nobody's telling you to stop.
You think you're good. You genuinely think you're good. You really think you're good.
I would respect my coaches even more if I would have known that they
knew something.
They
Yeah.
were at least as good as me or better than me.
Yeah.
My coaches were as old as Bob Huggins.
Yeah, right.
Like what, you know? So it's like, coach ain't never stepping on the floor and guarding me to show me like, man, he might be right. But
Yeah.
you know, it's hard work trying to get past coach.
Right.
They will not get past coach,
But
not
still
score, and still think,
and
yeah,
still
I'm
think.
I'm the man. Like, bro,
Yep.
you can't even get past me, bro.
Yep.
Man,
Remember, they just want to hear that they're good. They don't want to hear that you're not there yet. But that's what those West Virginia practices do for you. We gotta try to go to Pitt, try to go to some of these places.
We just gotta show film of 12.
Yeah, I know. I wish we could have filmed. I wish we could have filmed that. Like,
and you're good. That right there.
Damn, I wish you could show that clip because we could say it, but until you see it,
and
you know.
You see how big dude was. Like he wasn't.
Yeah, he was. Like you said, he looked older than us. Till he opened his mouth. Till he opened his mouth. Then it was like, okay, yeah, he's just a kid.
Yeah, I ain't
you
no
know?
bitch. I tell you that. Yeah. I tell you that. Let's go, baby. I see you, Bill.
Yeah. Yeah.
You lucky you got up the floor. That's right.
Oh.
Zero was in his face, like, yeah.
What did he say to him? Oh, he said, "Did I foul you? Did I foul you?" And I never remember what he said after that, but. Yeah. I've already talked to a few coaches. Like for them to come down here and watch the boys work out, watch them play, you know, our high school kids, our older kids. So, you know, that would be dope too, to have them in the gym, you know. I think this is both sides, yep. So we give this one to Druga. Hey Drugs, here you can take this one, because this one's printed. I'll just take that one back from you. All right? Don't lose it. Is this washed?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, man. All right. You have to be on a string with the ball. So if I'm right here, the second it moves, I move. The ball gets all the way to him before you even decide to look and see where it is. You should see it right away. Like this, as soon as it moves, I start moving with it. So you can actually get there. You're standing straight up and down. Stop, hold on, stop. See? Give it to him again. Go back to where you were. Look, the ball went to the wing and you're stuck with your man. Where are you supposed to be? Yeah, it's on the opposite side. Get in help.
If you don't want to run, you don't have to tell me.
Yeah.
Like, you should be open.
Okay. Okay for his status.
He didn't look too bad on Sunday.
Yeah.
They were laughing still.
It just
on going like, oh, they shot, man.
right. It's just like I lose. I just gotta run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That chop's in front number one.
Yep. Oh yeah, do your chop. Yeah, it's like I got my chops.
I've been at Rel for a little over 2 years now.
And how did you meet Rel?
It's my brother.
What makes Rel Academy different than the other programs in the area?
Generally, I would have to say just off the bat, just the culture here. It's a different atmosphere when you walk in the gym. I've been to different places over the years. I haven't been in a lot of gyms recently, other than this one. But growing up playing sports, and whether it be, you know, somewhere for a baseball workout or basketball, or we used to do indoor, you know, workouts in the summer, outdoor workouts in the summer, for different aspects of whatever game you're playing. We might have been doing an indoor workout somewhere for baseball, and it might have just been, you know, like aesthetic stuff like that, you know. We're doing speed conditioning drills, all that stuff. When you have a certain, I want to say group of kids, or just individuals in general, that are all kind of on the same page makes it a lot easier to develop in a way. Not to say a lot of places are bland, but it's a lot of like, you know, skill work, drill work, go home, you know. I myself, and I know James and Reese, they care way more about everything else. And you're here a lot too, you see what goes on. When they walk in the gym, as soon as they come through that door right there, it's whatever your name is. What's up, so-and-so, you know? You're not just a kid that walks in the door. We know you personally, you're here a lot, some kids every day. We know you on a basketball level, you know, a lot of us know the kids on a, you know, student level. We just ask them how was school, stuff like that. Personal level, you know, they can talk to anything. You know, it could be basketball. We have kids play other sports. Hey, how'd your football game go? Stuff like that. You know, we're in touch with the kids everywhere, including the court. So,
How are some of the ways that Coach Rel, Coach Biz, and Coach Reece help you to improve your game?
They teach me like the little stuff, like reading off the ball screen. I've learned a lot of skills. Like I've got better at my ball handling. Like I would miss every layup when I would come here when I first started. We do a lot of other things here, like off-ball screens, how to get open, and it's actually really helped me in my game. Like I scored 16 points in my game the other day.
Some of the reads that they teach me really help a lot.
And how do Coach Rel, Coach Biz, and Coach Reece help you improve your game?
Those coaches all help me like with the little detail. They show me a lot of good stuff that actually helped me in my game, and they just showed me the little details.
it's just a culture thing, you know. We care more about making them better people than, you know, making them an all-star basketball player, you know. We're here for basketball, we're trying to develop them, but we want them to go outside and be good stand-up citizens, you know. That's what we care about. And anybody who comes here and, you know, they know that, especially the parents. You know, they come on Sundays, whatever games we're having days, you know, they know we're here to play basketball, but we're not gonna be bullshitting, you're not gonna be dribbling, you know, while we're talking, all that stuff. And it goes for anybody who's in here, you know. We have other people who come in the gym and, you know, they're not even allowed in the gym until we're done. That way we know we have full focus for whatever it might be an hour session, you know, the hour's about to be done, people are coming in, you gotta wait, you know, we need full attention because it's hard to get attention to, you know, 6, 7, 8, 9-year-old kids, let alone having other distractions. So I would say the culture, man. It's, if you wanna be good and wanna work and wanna be passionate about something, it's a good place to be. We're gonna push you. We're not gonna accept, you know, minimal effort. You could be a 10 out of 10 or a 2 out of 10, you know? Yeah. We're gonna try to get the best we can get out of you. So I would definitely say the culture here.
Slow it down. And you know you can't throw a pass that hard to you. You can't even get up there to get it. You just gotta be smarter. You guys are playing, I like fast, I love fast, but you guys are playing out of control fast. So like there, right there, I was trying to tell Johnny to slow it down because I knew exactly what was about to happen. He was coming downhill way too hard to make that pass.
Heck, I was mad at James.
Well, you got fouled.
40 times
I know,
down there.
I know. We're good, we're up 10. Just relax, give yourself a good breather. That roll.
I'll be help middle.
Yeah, you have to help because you see what's happening.
That roll is wide up and I try to jump it.
Yeah, yeah. You guys are doing good. Make sure though, I know they're gonna try it every time with Gabe. You gotta get through it. Let's go. Hard work on 3.
Hey, let's play with the lead. Come on, work.
1, 2, 3. Hard work. Who's ball? They already talked about it. Blow it up.
What is the main problem that you see with some of the kids at the academy?
My number one thing, they're worried about all the stuff that doesn't matter. Now, as you get in the older groups, or, you know, varsity players to our college kids that are coming back and forth, they get it by now. But most of the ages underneath of them, and so some of the high school kids still don't get it, but most high school and below, they're worried about all the fancy stuff. You know, they're worried about, you know, you'll see there's certain kids that come in and they're waiting if a session's going on down here and they're a couple minutes early, they're down there, they might start doing, you know, just their normal little shooting workout we might start with for a warm-up. But 9 out of 10 of them are going to come in and be Curry 3 range, throwing shots up, you know. They like the flashy stuff, you know. Takes a lot of time and experience to be able to get to that flashy level. And it doesn't, you know, not many kids out there that can do the flashy stuff. But they're way more worried about that. I wish they'd be more worried about the development part, because no matter what sport you're playing, if you don't have all the basics down and the know-how and the will to want to do it, it's hard to go up the scale anyway. So, you know, or we can do stuff that's going to help them develop, you know. Doesn't matter what we're doing, whether it be closeout reads or triple threat reads or ball screen, off ball screen, stuff like that. So when you get in the game, you have an understanding of what you should do or how you maybe should be able to do something, rather than, hey man, go do what you got to do. Get your 10 threes up, make 2 of them. There you go. You know, so I would say they look way more at the flashy stuff, and we would like them to look at the more important stuff, you know, help defense, stuff like that. And above all that is just heart. I find a lot of kids don't have the heart. The grit, you know, it all goes in the same thing, but heart, grit, pride. Pride's a big one. I know when we played basketball growing up, in any sport, but mainly basketball, you should feel a certain way about losing. You should feel a certain way about someone getting multiple buckets on you. That's something that we don't see here much. There's a couple kids, but the majority get bucket after bucket after bucket scored. They don't feel a certain way. You know, make bad decisions and whatever. I'm gonna try to shoot this 3 next time, you know. Just, yeah, they really don't care. But we're trying to fix that. We're trying to, you know, and we'll ask them, aren't you mad so-and-so just scored 4 times on you? And they're like, not really. Well, you should be, you know. And then they're all younger too, most of them, but even the older kids. But we try to tell them, like, once you get to a certain point, like even a JV basketball game, there's a lot of people in the gym. You're against a different town. They might know you, might not know you. If they do know you personally, they're saying everything they can say about you while you're shooting fouls. I mean, everything, you know. And then varsity level, if you're playing somewhere where, you know, 6A score or something like that, a lot of people talking crazy, you know. And if you can't be mentally tough, good luck, you know. But we're trying to get them there. Like I said, the younger ones, they don't quite have it. Some of the middle-aged ones, there's 1 out of 5 might have it, you know. High school kids, once they get going in their season and stuff, we notice when they come back, they're a little more gritty, you know, but they have to be. You know, the college kids, they already understand it. Oh yeah, and the kids who get to the college level, you can't get to the college level without having that anyway. So they have it. Some of them have it, you know, earlier than others, but you can't go play, you know, a college sport in any way without having that. And it starts with heart. So I would definitely say heart number 1. Cool. Good deal.